Welcome to Notre Dame Stadium, where they will shake down thunder from the sky to cheer on their Fighting Irish and hoping that plenty of echoes will reverberate in victory at the end of the game. The calendar has been circled for this one for quite some time. Throughout the offseason, anticipation for an early-in-the-year top-5 clash. As we'll see, the number 3 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 4th-ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the offense on first down. The hand to the running back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best 2 conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football. So, yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David. You're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Now on the move. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Loss of 2. Now, 4th down.
Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Hauls it in, looking for space. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They'll go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Using the quick game. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Big picture, guys, this certainly isn't an all-or-nothing game. Long season ahead. How much fun is it to have a top-5 clash like this one early?
It's so much fun, and you don't have to be a fan of just these 2 top-5 teams. If you're a fan of college football, you're honing in on this game because you're going to learn a lot here, David.
Yeah, and the fans are going to be like, overrated. This is why the preseason polls stink. We get a chance to prove ourselves yourself with some of these teams that hasn't done a lot on the resume yet. Now, today is a resume builder.
Finds his target down the middle. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. As strange as it seems, this is an easy decision. A little too far for the field goal. Punting does nothing for you. They'll go for it on fourth down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
And you could tell he trusted himself. He thought he could take off, get that first down. Just a little too much speed on that defense. They closed that gap so quick. Didn't let him get to the first down marker. Turnover on downs.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
The incompletion on first down leaves him with 2nd and 10 from the 43. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Quickly complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Big time throw on that last play. You know, you think about great Notre Dame quarterbacks. I think back to a couple of Joes. Joe Montana, Joe Theismann. They'd love what they'd be seeing right now from this kid. He's got arm talent, he's got accuracy, and because of that, he gives this offense the ability to light up the scoreboard.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Power football with the run. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First thing you want to do if you're in a hole is stop digging. It's 1st and 20. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. To the air. It's Carr. Lets it fly. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
They're going to throw it again. Fires and picked off. Taking it the other way. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
And that's the advantage right there of having your dime personnel on the field. You've got an extra DB. You've got an extra guy out there who's really good at covering. So for quarterbacks, you've got to be so good and precise with these passes because they've got speed in the back end. They're able to come away with the pick.
Here comes that Alabama offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He'll run it again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
He looks that one in nicely. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a fourth down.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring fourth down right in the face.
Man, how tough is this guy to defend? He drops back, everything tells you pass, and then he scrambles and gets the first down. Just so hard to defend.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. Out of the gun to give to the back. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Here comes the option. The pitch. Finds a crease at the 20. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown Tide.
And this offense, man, they look good. They looked great last week, obviously putting up huge numbers. Again this week, coming out the gates in the first quarter with the scoring drive. This offense is putting the college football world on notice.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Iowa is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Kinnick Stadium, but the black and gold have struggled to really pull away. They're up by 7 over Georgia. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here come the Irish back on offense. Going to the ground. Got room at the 35. Nothing but green ahead. Big, big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, on that one, they decide to attack the left outside on the ground. And you see the speed by the ball carrier there, Reese, picking up a huge chunk of yards.
Now, I can't imagine any reason they wouldn't just run that play again.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why not just go back to the well one more time?
That is a highly efficient way to move the chains, and now they are threatening inside the 40. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Takes the handoff. It's Young. They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Big play to start the drive. A little tougher sense. Now a crucial 3rd down on this drive. Quarterback checking off. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Snagged in the middle. It's Proctor. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. Notre Dame right back to the line. Running back searching for a hole. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Scanning the field, it's Carr. Firing to the right, complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
7, Notre Dame 0.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. They'll try to run for it. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll run it on first and goal. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
Brings up second and goal.
See if they can get it done on second and goal. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Into the house. Touchdown, Irish!
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmaker, slip him down the backfield, throw him the football, he'll handle the rest, and get in the end zone for the touchdown.
And the point after is good. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Moving away from pressure. Trying to escape and get it himself. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have.
And it's caught inside the 25. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. To the ground with the back. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Sometimes in your playbook, you have run plays that are called run-it runs. You leave the play on no matter what look the defense gives you. That time the defense was blitzing, but they just kept the play on. That is an attitude-type run that you can run into any kind of look.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bama!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that lap.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. One of the mantras of the Crimson Tide is they want to make your rear end quit. And that defensive line can certainly do that.
Big, physical. You've seen all these guys up front. They're strong at the point of attack, and they make you earn everything you get. And the athleticism when they get you in passing situations and they know you're going to pass, they're going to come after your quarterback.
Notre Dame lines up quickly. Quarterback checking the play. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And he was held in check in game 1, but you're not going to hold him in check for long. And right out the gates, getting a sack in the 2nd ball game, that will not be his last sack of the season. This dude is a ball player.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the returner is stopped.
And the Alabama offense will take over 1st and 10.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paul.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They'll go with a direct snap. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. It's a 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. They're a couple of yards short of the 1st down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. He'll take it himself. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the 1st half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the 4th down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
At the 35, he's loose. Off he goes. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, you're in the red zone, you bring out a bunch of tight ends on the field. So the defense, they were expecting a run on that one. They were physical, and they were able to force the negative play.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Dropping back, it's Carr. A little screen to the running back. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
They'll give it to the back. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. From the gun, running back gets to give.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human. Keep getting hits on him. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence. Don't let him get comfortable back there in that pocket.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. On the return, it's Young. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Here come the Irish back on offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. To the air, it's Carr. They're bringing heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
A loss of 6 yards on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Just enough time to get off one more snap. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. He chucks one out to the right. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. From inside the 10, here he comes. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes that Alabama offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? From the gun, wants to pass. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Oh, that move is going to leave them dizzy.
Defensively, I've got to be able to communicate. And you can call him a receiver if you want to, Reese, but this guy, you know how dynamic he is with the ball in his hands, so I got to understand leverage. And when he goes in motion or when he gets the football, I got to understand how to make sure I keep him inside. Make all of my guys inside, run inside out to the football, make the play. Defense has to do a better job communicating and understanding that guy is a weapon.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got his man in the middle. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Man, these Notre Dame linebackers are flying around. Remember that game that Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah had against Clemson? This guy could be in for that kind of night.
Yeah, and when you can do that, you change the whole offensive philosophy. When I'm getting tackles for losses and I'm getting you behind the sticks, I get to have even more fun and get after your quarterback and play the pass and not have to worry about the run.
It's a nice run there to get the 1st down. I got to tell you, I'm impressed with the stable of backs and the weapons this offense has. A lot of different guys can touch the football in a variety of ways, but they've been running it very, very well in this game so far.
Give to the running back. Can't get him to the ground. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosion.
Touchdown, Alabama! They take the lead with the 6.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll call for the fair catch here. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. The run from the shotgun. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Notre Dame right back to the line. Running to the left. Runs ahead and powers his way from 4 yards out to the 30. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Looking to throw its car. Shoots it to the left. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
And a nice play by the defense. 3rd and short, you're thinking run most of the time, but a really nice job playing tight on the wide receivers, playing the pass and giving no space for the offense.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Discards a man. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. They run the reverse. It's runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
It's going to be interesting to see how the defense is going to try to defend these jet sweeps moving forward. They have got to have bodies in the perimeter of the field with their eyes looking at these receivers in motion, because they can hand it off to them at any time.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. They're going to ride this running back. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Try to get it to the edge. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they take it in for 6 more points.
The identity of this offense is their ability to run the football. They're doing that in this game. That's now 3 rushing touchdowns on the day.
And he tacks on the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here come the Irish back on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. Notre Dame lines up quickly.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that third down and short.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Alabama 28, Notre Dame 14.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hale. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. Now on the option. Now the toss. At the 35, he's got room. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? And you can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some wind. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back to keep that momentum going.
And perhaps a slightly more difficult attempt from the 8. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UCF is currently up big right now, and really everything they've dialed up offensively has worked. They're up by 28 over the Sharks. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here comes that Alabama offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the running back from the shotgun. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You can see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through him.
And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line getting set on 2nd down. Toss sweep to the right. At midfield, he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
This doesn't happen with just anybody at tailback. You got to do this with a dude, a guy you know can roll. Just toss it to him, let him get out in the open field. He'll do the rest and make big gains.
Little touch pass to the receiver. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it. And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Complete out of the backfield. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. To give it enough body English, but he missed it. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls.
Afterburners coming. The 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Irish!
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear, with his speed, he was gone.
And a little pressure, no problem. The extra point ties the game here in the 4th. Tide offense rolls onto the field. The give to the back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Across the 45. Tackled after picking up the first down.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
Handoff from the gun. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
The clock has stopped as we have reached the 2-minute warning here in the ball game. Defense backed up in this crowd trying to will them to get a big stop late. They'll run the toss. Smashes ahead. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves into position to win.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. Trying the left side. Touchdown time! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
What a great game, tied late in the ball game. Who's going to make the big play? They come up with it late, take the lead. Nice execution. It's hard to execute in these moments. People get tight. The score's tied late in the game. I don't want to mess up, but this offense doesn't worry about messing up. They put the ball in the end zone and take the lead.
Fair catch called for and made. Here come the Irish back on offense. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced the situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots. Throw beyond the first down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. On the run, it's Young. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. They'll try to power their way ahead. And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense.
Man, and you see those sticks, and you're like, dude, 3rd and short. I just got to fall forward and get the first down, Palmer. But the defense comes up big and gets the stop.
So on offense, don't overthink this one. 4th and inches, just line up something easy. You know you can execute in your sleep and go keep this drive going.
Fourth down, gotta have it here. Throws to the wideout. Finds his man and they convert. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the first down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory.
Where's the defense on that last play? It's a 2-minute situation. You've got the guy making the catch in the middle of the field. You've got to tackle him in bounds and keep this clock moving. Somehow they were able to let him get outside and stop the clock. That just can't happen.
They'll throw it on first down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Throw it toward the end zone. Picked off right at the goal line. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business. They've got them pinned back, and they're trying to rattle their eardrums. Listen to this crowd. He'll try the left side. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Offense getting set for first down. Toss to the outside. And that is how we will wrap this one up. The old coaching cliche, go 1-0 every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
Great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season. But 1-0, that's where you want it to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. They definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what